The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature. Is it nutty? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and this is my spoiler-free review for The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature. I really don't have too much to say about this movie, but here's why I don't have too much to say about this movie. I didn't think this movie was so bad that I feel like I have to give an absolute epic rant. Nor do I feel like this movie was so good that I need to absolutely sing its praises. It really was a movie that just walked the middle of the road, and it stayed right there in that middle of the road area. But if I was to look at some positives, the first positive, I could always point to Will Arnett.
Don't tell me you're scared. There's nothing safer than a dark alley. Ah! Just a lovable little dolly. Okay, that's a little creepy. Come on!
I like Will Arnett. You know, I like him as an actor. I like his voice work. I mean, honestly, though, him as Lego Batman blows him as Surly way out of the water. I mean, just blows it away.
Because I'm Batman. Come on!
But nonetheless, you're still not going to go wrong with Will Arnett. I thought he was, fine in this movie. I don't know how I didn't catch this in the trailers. Oh wait, I know how. I didn't watch a single trailer for this. The city mice living in Chinatown. And the lead city mouse, Jackie Chan.
My name is Mr. Fang. I was cursed with this big adorable eyes and this fuzzy little body.
I love Jackie Chan. I mean, my gosh, growing up, that dude, Jackie Chan's First Strike, Rumble in the Bronx, Shanghai Noon, Rush Hour. Oh my gosh, I love Jackie Chan. So that was just an awesome surprise that Jackie Chan was the lead cute mouse, but don't call him cute.
Boop.
And don't call me cute.
Don't do it.
Cute.
But it was awesome to get to see him in that role. It's animated. To hear him in that role, I don't know, that was just such a surprise to me, and I did like the character, so to me, that was something that was really cool. And then you have the dog Precious, the bulldog from the last movie, coming back in this one. I could have sworn she had an owner at the end of that one, but I guess she ran away and decided to live in the park. But she meets another dog, Frankie.
I said, roll over!
What are you doing? Roll over.
I don't know how, I'm not classically trained.
I don't know. I had fun with that. I mean, I thought those two characters were funny, especially as they were flirting and getting along and all that stuff. But beyond that, though, I mean, let's just hit those negatives. Honestly, one of the first big negatives is this. It just spent the first 10 minutes of this movie, and it just shoved your face in the moral. It's like, here's your face, here's the moral of the story, and they just shoved your face in it. I mean, over and over again in the first 10 minutes, I just felt like it kept being reiterated. It's much more rewarding to work than it is to be lazy. Much more rewarding to work than to be lazy. Hey, did you all know it's much more rewarding to work rather than be lazy? By about the 10th time, I was like, I get it. So, I don't know, like that kind of just got on my nerves, but again, that was just the first 10 minutes. It gets past that, and then it's all well and good, and we get into some of the slapstick humor, and it's kind of fun. And the other big component for me is this movie, it just felt like it was missing heart. And I don't know how to describe that, but okay, so you go see Shrek, and you have the big characters, you have the big slapsticky humor, you have the goofy lines, you have all that stuff. But the movie has heart, and so that heart kind of pulls you into the story. I mean, same thing with The Incredibles, or same thing with Toy Story, or any one of those, like, awesome animated movies. Kung Fu Panda! I mean, these movies have these big characters, they have the crazy, corny lines and all that stuff, but it has heart, and it attaches you to the characters in such a way that it's like, you're really just having a great time with the movie. And for me, personally, when I'm watching The Nut Job 2, and also I felt this when I watched the first one, I just felt like there wasn't really heart to it. I mean, I could look at it and say, yeah, that's not a terrible movie, but there was nothing that really sucked me in like that made me care that much. And there was one scene where they really try to make me care right smack dab in the middle of this movie, where they really try to drive the huge friendship thing between Buddy and Surly, and they tried to have this all be this huge, heartfelt, epic piece, but I just wasn't feeling it. In fact, at this point in the movie, I just got really bored. and so did the kids in my theater. At this point, they were being loud and rambunctious. Not the loud, I'm laughing, what a great movie rambunctious, but they're trying to now distract themselves with something else shiny because, wow, this movie has kind of slowed down a whole bunch. But then, you know, once you get past this part where it's trying to have heart and we get back into the humor and the action and other things, the kids were once again captivated. I mean, at least that was the experience in my theater, but there was like 3 families and then Laura and me. That was like it. We had a really early 5 o'clock show, so nobody was there. If I had to give this movie a rating, I think I would give it a straight up C, because it wasn't terrible and it wasn't great. It sincerely was just average. It just, for me, it just sits there in the middle of the road. So I really do think something that sat that much in the middle of the road for me just gets a middle of the road grade, a C. Now, if you took your kids to see it, I don't know. I think your kids might get a little bored at that part in the middle because it looked like the kids in my theater got a little bored there. But I think otherwise your kids, if you want to take them, will generally have a pretty good time. The question is, will you? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm actually still trying to figure out, did I have a great time? I mean, seriously, it's that middle of the road. So if you saw The Nut Job too, if you disagree with me, let's talk about that in the comments. You agree with me? Let's talk about that in the comments. No matter what, let's talk about this and other movies in the comments. While you're there, hit that subscribe button to become a Durbanian. Next to the subscribe button is that bell. Click that bell. That way you'll be notified the moment I drop new videos. Got some great new videos coming out this weekend, doing a theological analysis that was requested by one of my new patrons on Patreon. Yeah! So that's coming up on Saturday, and I'm super excited about that. So for that patron to be able to do that, it's a cool little reward in there. So if you want to check that out, you can check out my Patreon page and all that fun stuff. So like and share this video. I'm Durbin. Thank you for checking out Durbania.